What would happen if you closed your eyes and really felt into your heart? What sensations would you notice as you continue breathing with this being that is just as alive as you are? What would happen if you gave space for an energetic exchange, just like the trees and the roots of the forest are exchanging information and resource, water? What could it be like to do that same thing with this tree? Black Seeds Project is inviting us to turn towards each other, towards the earth, and towards ourselves in a more aligned way. So much of this work is around how I can continue to honor my emotionality and my sensitivity and build interdependence with other folks as we're also outside and building a deeper relationship with nature. Within our group sessions, we are building community. We are teaching and coaching our nervous systems that it's possible to feel a sense of safety with other people. We can trust ourselves around discernment of what we want to share, what we don't want to share, and we also build a deeper sense and deeper well of compassion. The fundamental piece of group sessions are around peer support and recognizing that there are ways where we can support one another as we do this work together. What I feel really deeply inspired by is how our bodies give us so much wisdom, and how does the natural world also reflect the ways in which we are emotional creatures and how we are spiritual creatures, and so much more expansive than our culture tells us that we are. And so Black Seeds Project is a way into deeper intimacy and sacredness, inviting in the slow medicine. It's the way that we're holding our bodies. It is the layer underneath the words that we constantly are using. It's really wanting to unlearn and shift and undo the sense of urgency that we often are feeling.
Oh, this is poetry. Really beautiful, deep, important poetry about our relationship to each other and to the earth and to ourselves. Ultimately, that being the place where we start our healing work is just in finding a way to love ourselves, and it's just so much easier to do when we slow down.
I really got to, in that quietness, be very skillfully directed to the places in me that would provide resource, that would provide inspiration, that would provide epiphany, that would help me organize within myself to attune to the wellness here and to the wellness possible.
And allowing the earth to lead us and to lead our meditations.
I currently feel my heart very open and full of renewed faith and trust in a group and in a leader. Dominique just holds space so well with so much grace, childlike joy. She gives permission for all the different ways of being.
Dominique embodies such an earnest, skillful, honed presence, embodied ways, and Dominique's community and the flow of the whole process really made it natural, really made it very easy to drop right in. And I knew right away that that was there, and I felt it, and it was easy to give that to myself and to receive it.
There's not a lot of places that can hold it in this way, that holds nature in a sacred way and holds us in a sacred way.
Within the individual one-on-one sessions, we do very intentional check-ins around what's going on honestly in our hearts and what's going on in our emotional space. And so if there's something that we need to process around a past trauma and that is leading to an intensity of anger, of grief, of sorrow, of fear, of uncertainty, then we find practical tools of how to navigate through it. And sometimes those tools can look like breath work, it can look like restorative yoga, it can look like movement, it can look like tapping, self-massage. We also incorporate journaling in a way of just expressing fully without non-judgment and without any type of shame. It's a way to see some of the subtle things that aren't so subtle and very profound when we can drop into deeper rounds of breath. And those are forms of liberation that I also feel like is about transforming culture, that prioritizes relationship building that is authentic, that is with integrity, that is honest, and that keeps weaving in the ways that we are connected and constantly listening to the divinity that lives within us and around us.